Hey there, you beautiful people, and welcome to the next Tanuri X video. Today, it's good news. Good news, February 2020. It is out there. The good news, I mean. You just have to look for it. But it is there. I mean, it may be hard to find with all the negative news out there, but I will dedicate one video a month to this much-needed public news broadcast. So welcome to my very next good news video. So let's get to the good news. So before we get started, I know what many of you may be thinking. Oh my goodness, 2020 certainly started off, well, concerning. Australian fires, America almost starting World War III. Let me rephrase. Trump almost starting World War III, and then the coronavirus. Yeah, it certainly didn't start off very encouragingly, but not to worry. There is plenty of good news out there, and much of these worries have since passed too. So let us focus on the good news, and let the mainstream media focus on what they do best, only the bad. So our first bit of good news that took place in February was, or rather is, to appreciate some of the amazing beauty that we have and that we get to see every day in this amazing world that we live in. Being fortunate enough to see the things that we would normally not get to see otherwise. Why? Because we have access to a technology that only a couple of decades ago would have been seen as science fiction. We can communicate with and explore with almost anyone, anywhere in the world. And as an example of this, there has been some spectacularly beautiful things out there. I'd like to share some with you that I discovered and that was shared with me. Magical horses roaming Iceland's magnificent landscape. With photography from South Carolina artist, that's in the United States, Doggat. This clearly phenomenal photographer, Mr. Doggat, took numerous photos of the legendary Icelandic horses while exploring the mystical land of Iceland. Just another example of some of the amazing beauty in this world that I was not aware of, and it only makes me that much more excited to eventually go to Iceland and experience the beauty and majesty that this land has to offer, and the beauty of the Icelandic horse. What is so fascinating is that they are in what appears to be such extreme environments, yet so comfortable and majestic. Beautiful. Just another reminder of the magnificent beauty of this planet. So check out Drew's website with the link to his site in the description below this video, where you can appreciate so much more of his amazing photography. In our next story, we have an example of a government choosing to put their citizens' well-being before the economics of the country. I know what you're saying. Wait, don't they do that already? And the short answer is no. Look at America, by all current measures, the most advanced country in the world, and they place the economics of their country far above everything or anyone else. Just look at what happened in the 2008 housing crisis, where they bailed out the big banks that in essence caused the collapse. But the average Joe on the street, no financial bailout for them, and all these Joe Public people suffered. Okay, I'm getting carried away and touching on negative news. The good news is that Iceland's Prime Minister has urged their government to prioritize family-friendly policies instead of just focusing on economic growth figures. Iceland's Prime Minister, bear with me if I butcher this name, Katrin Jakobsdóttir, has joined forces with Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon and New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern to promote a well-being agenda. Not just one country, but three pretty well-established Western countries. Wow! I mean, could this be the gradual swing countries need in order to encourage other countries to do the same? To promote, hopefully adopt an alternative future based on well-being and inclusive growth? It gets me excited and hopeful that we may be moving into a future where we start working for the betterment of all people and focus on overall well-being of the individual as well, rather than just money. Our next story for February 2020 was surrounding Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man. Last month I touched on Elon Musk, and this month I'm going to touch a little bit on Jeff Bezos and what he's decided to do. Yes, he's done something good. He's committed $10 billion of his own money to help reverse climate change. He did this on an Instagram post. Who knew he was so with it? He'll begin distributing grants this summer to scientists, activists, and nonprofits working to protect Earth. Let's hope he chooses to donate more of his massive wealth to creating new solutions in other areas that need financing too, like the eradication of poverty and hunger in certain parts of the world. Perhaps this may remind many of the multi-billionaires in the world that they too can give a little something back. And in our final bit of good news this month, scientists are developing solar panels that can generate power at night. This is insane. Further expanding the powerful, good choice of words, I think. Further expanding the powerfully positive impact that solar is having on providing green and sustainable energy production options. Some of the drawbacks of current solar energy is that you can only produce energy during the day, but not according to new research. So the new evidence indicates that solar panels can be manufactured or adapted in a way to ensure that they generate energy at night. This is great news for people in parts of the world where the government-provided power services are intermittent or just plain atrocious, like currently in South Africa. Or for those people who do not want to be reliant on either a governmental or privately owned power provider, who in some cases may charge ridiculously high rates. When one uses these kind of green, renewable, and sustainable options, it provides a greater freedom and ability to use power reliably, but also in a way that is more beneficial to the environment than our current systems of generating power, namely coal or gas, and also a great deal more financially viable for the individual. So a great bit of science news that can benefit us all potentially, hopefully coming soon. And that is just some of the great news that took place in the second month of this year, 2020. It's a good time to be alive. Let's enjoy it. Appreciate the good because it is there. You just need to look for it. Or watch this My Monthly video to get your good news fix. If you're thinking of a way to give back or to contribute, because Gandhi put it best, you need to be what you want to see in the world. So be the help, be the support, be the love that you see, that inspires you when you read about it. And then check out my February GoFundMe campaign or campaign of some sort of donation campaign where you can add a little bit of that good news for someone else. So go on, check the secret link in the description below and send them some love. Otherwise, without further ado, that's it for me for your good news. No, wait, let's call it great news. Oh, if you'd like to add to that good news, feel free to become a patron and join my Patreon account where you can also donate from as little as $1 a month, upwards to about $5 to $10 a month to help me to continue make videos like this and allowing you to contribute in this creation process. Anyways, until we meet again, ciao for now.